I don't know why a lot of people are coming for Peter Obi. Peter Obi is this, Peter Obi is that, Peter Obi is changing party. See, make dem leave this man, make he do wetin he wan do. Arise TV is on fire. This argument, e no too much for one particular person just because he said he wants to stay only 4 years. And the people are just arguing, tell is a lie, is this, why is desperate. It's not everybody is desperate though. Somebody just want to fix Nigeria. That is it. Nothing past that one. So I will leave the video for you to watch from the Arise TV. Yes, I'm reacting to it. So see you in my next video. I have no anything against this video, but then again, enjoy the rest of the video.
Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, Peter Obi, has come under fire from the All Progressives Congress and a faction of his party after reaffirming his vow to serve only one term if elected president in 2027. In a statement on Sunday, Obi declared the pledge sacrosanct, drawing criticism from APC spokespersons and a divided reaction from the Labour Party. While the Abure-led leadership of the Labour Party dismissed the vow as political theatrics, the rival caretaker faction, led by Senator Nenadi Usman, endorsed the commitment, citing Obi's record of principled leadership. Last week, a founding member of the People's Democratic Party, Professor Jerry Gana, claimed that former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi would defeat any contender in Nigeria's northern states if he contested on the platform of the PDP. Joining us on this show to discuss the current push by the PDP to bring back Peter Obi to the fold and Obi's first-time only proposal is Chief Dan Ulasi, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party. Good morning, sir, and good to have you on the morning show again.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, Chief, well, two things clearly on the table. One, Mr. Peter Obi returning to the PDP, and then two, Mr. Peter Obi promising that he will do only one term only, which many Nigerians have received with skepticism on the grounds that, well, these promises are easy. When you get to that office, the reality is a different thing. The calculations are different. That's one. The second other issue that I would like you to react to is Minister Nyesom Wike giving the PDP conditions about whether Chief Dan Obi is still the national vice chairman, South or not, and whether another event that was held bringing up another person in the also in the South can hold or not, and that if nobody listens to him, the convention scheduled for November will not hold. And he gave those conditions. So one member of the party giving conditions, declaring conditions under which the convention can hold. This is not an evidence, clear evidence, that the PDP that we are even talking about is in ICU, as Senator Suswam once proclaimed on this same program.
I will say good morning again for having me. You know, in this country we have what we call free speech enshrined in our constitution. You know, you have the capacity to say what you like and how you like it, for as long as you don't abuse or blackmail anybody to a point that might necessitate his going to court to challenge what you have said. But I have to start by saying that, democracy depends on, several doses of civility. And the underlying word is civility, which most people, even in politics, do not understand. And because they don't, they exhibit some form of a reflective instinct towards self-preservation. And this reflective instinct that gives them rise to self-preservation makes them be stoking paranoia, and it's a very dangerous thing to happen. So you see people who take oath for unsurpassed devotion to duty, when indeed what they mean is to have taken oath for unsurpassed devotion to stealing money. And that's why the country has not moved. So coming back to your question, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, most people, the elite, the so-called educated, tend to forget that the Constitution says 4-year term. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria gives you a 4-year term. It's only, so that Constitution presumes that in 4 years, you should be able to make an impression, an impactful, impression on your society. It's only when you do very, very well and you desire for a second term that you ask for a second term, which they may or may not give you. Because there are many places in this country where people zone offices just for 4 years. You do and somebody else goes. It doesn't mean that you must finish what you started, but if you have a project that is good and somebody else comes in, he will finish it. And I give you an example. If you come into Enugu now, we have one of the best governors in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Most of the projects abandoned over the past 16, 20 years. Coming to Enugu is like you're entering London. Beautiful. You can see how the governor is, rehabilitating and finishing all the projects. So, in effect, Peter saying that he will do 4 years, I think it is sacrosanct. It's, by all standards, Nigerian politics, is a very honest person, a good Christian. He doesn't talk from both sides of his mouth. So I believe him that he will do it in 4 years. Anybody, if you discuss, I would like you people to have him on television on this Arise platform. And if you listen to him, you will see and believe that he will do everything he wants to do, maybe not 100%, in 4 years. That's what the Constitution presupposes, that if they felt that you can't do most things you have pledged to do in 4 years, they would have said, giving it 5 or 6 years. So Peter hasn't said anything out of point. It's his belief that in 1 year you should be able to do proper analysis, even before you come into office. Do a proper analysis for what your vision is and how to implement that vision. The only thing that people have a vision of stealing money, and all the time they are thinking of how to steal that money, and not anything that will be impactful to the common people.
But Chief, how about Wike's PDP and the proposal that Mr. Peter Obi should return to Wike's PDP?
Well, you see, like I normally say, the last interview I had on this platform, I said the problem with Wike, people, I don't believe in going to the end result without going where the experiment started. Some years ago, the whole 17 Southern governors, PDP and APC alike, met at Asaba and decided that all candidates of the two major political parties for the presidency must come from the South. APC did the same thing. PDP did not do it. The zoning committee that was headed by Samuel Otom, former governor of Benue State, who was supposed to, because governor of Ugwan Ifeanyi of Enugu State, headed the committee for zoning party offices, and the zone chairmanship to the north and secretary to the south, which was obeyed. The one headed by Otom was supposed to zone elective offices, and coming to presidency, he remained silent, which was regarded as sabotage. And that time I mentioned it, that something is amiss. It was that silence that enabled Atiku Abubakar to run, because his party did not zone anything to anywhere. Unfortunately, he ran and he lost. So since then, the crisis has been on and on. It is that crisis that Wike took advantage of, because he ran in that election, himself and a couple of other people, and had believed that if he ran and without the interference of Atiku Abubakar, he would have won, and possibly he would have been president of Nigeria today. So since then, things have not been normal between Wike and the PDP. In fact, 2 months to that election in 2003, I traveled to Port Harcourt, and I met with him for hours before I came back to Enugu. So to appeal to him, let bygone be bygone, that our party is supreme. Let us try to win election. But he didn't quite accept my plea. So like I said, constitutionally he has a free speech, free behavior pattern, anything, free association. So he decided that with what PDP did, that there was no basis of trusting them anymore, unfortunately.
Okay, what about this concept of luring Peter Obi back to the PDP? I think Dr. Abati alluded to this, and this is a conversation that's gaining momentum. However, I want to put it aside some comments from Senator Olujimi, who just ported from the PDP to APC recently. She said that, well, she left the PDP because the PDP has nothing to offer anybody. I paraphrase. So it's quite intriguing that in the public space, there's conversations of, luring Peter Obi to the PDP. Your thoughts? Do you think that he would be the right flag bearer for the PDP? And do you think that the PDP would enhance or hinder his chances going towards 2027?
Well, I'm happy you mentioned the fellow Olujimi, or whatever he calls himself. You would have asked him, what has he offered to PDP? People are always looking, because we are no more in federal government and there is no money to share, they are going to where they will share money. Isn't that very unfortunate that somebody of that standing in Nigerian politics is leaving PDP because they have nothing to offer? What has he offered to make PDP better? 2 weeks ago, we had a founders and stakeholders meeting. I was there. The next day, we had a NEC meeting, and virtually all our governors were there, setting up committees to try to make the party, a lot more productive so that we can stand the election of 2027 coming. So when people leave because of one, interest, maybe financial, maybe otherwise, but tell me, I stood behind the Kweme when we were forming PDP, how many years ago? And if I have to leave PDP today, there has to be a compelling reason that tells me that where I'm going is better than where I'm living. Can anybody tell me in this country whether APC is better than PDP, even in opposition? They are even speaking like opposition party who know that they are in government. So what will attract me going over to APC? Nothing. With all the parties, all the governors they have, there's nothing exciting about them. So if anybody is leaving PDP to go there, there must be something else other than political process that is pushing him to go there. So Wike's comment, like I said, is a result of that problem that came up in 2023, and since then, it's not been well with the party, not just Wike as a person.
What about Peter Obi as the PDP flag bearer?
In last NEC meeting. Well, if the party wants to seriously contest for this election, Peter has evolved as a national political figure to all intents and purposes. And these are the discussions, part of the committees the party is forming, we look into. We still have a long time. This is 2025, next year 2026. So between now and the end of the year, the party will start taking decisions, looking forward. We're trying to rehabilitate the problems we have in one way or the other. So the next major process will be our convention coming up in November, which I am a member of the committee to stage the convention. Thereafter, then we'll start, as soon as we have permanent party officers now, new chairman, new secretary, everybody. Then the next thing is to start talking about 2027. Okay. So we want first to rebuild the party, the National Working Committee, the NEC, and then we start talking of public office. We don't want to count two before counting one. Okay. So like I said, P2B is a viable product that any party that has him will have some level of advantage. Okay. It's a reference point in this country. Okay. By all means.
Chief,
if PDP desires to approach him, okay, I will support that.
Okay, Chief, I know you're a strong member of the PDP, but is it fair to bring a Peter Obi into the disarray called the PDP, as the PDP is being run by Wike as we speak? Somebody that has said he can cause crisis if things don't go his way. He has caused crisis before, put you in limbo. Because as far as I'm concerned, Chief, you might want to oppose me. Wike owns PDP as we speak today. Tomorrow, things might change. That's why I say you have a right. It's free speech to oppose me. Wike owns PDP today. In fact, I sang a song this morning. Yes. I said he's got the PDP in his hands. So that's where Wike stands today. So you think it's fair to bring a Peter Obi into that fray? What about the talk of Goodluck Jonathan also being mentioned in some quarters within the folk of the PDP? And you ask a question, let me play devil's advocate. You say, why are people going to the APC? They are going to the APC because APC is in power. Your party has not been in power for over how many years now? Going to 10 years or over 10 years. They are going to APC because it gives them stability. One person owns your party. APC has been able to wriggle their way through their challenges. They are going to APC because the party has the president and they feel they are on a better footing as we speak. So they are going for a better option as we speak today. The APC is a whole lot better than your party that is in disarray, that you don't even know what the future or the next thing is from. Chief, probably if people like you were approached by the APC today, you would like to go to certainty also. Is APC not certainty? Is PDP not uncertainty? As Wike stated back in the days, APC is cancer, PDP is malaria. Today, APC is malaria, PDP is cancer. What do you say to that, Chief?
Well, you have used very strong words, Rufai. I like your analysis very much. But, the human behavior is not a function of statistics. In politics, most times 1 + 1 is not 2. In fact, it could be 100, and once people accept it, it becomes the official figure. So that people are leaving PDP to go to APC does not make APC any better than PDP. It shows that people have no values. That is why the country is not moving.